Hi, I'm Irv Katz with the National Human Services Assembly, the national association of about 85 of the leading national nonprofit human service organizations, including the Alliance for Strong Families and Communities. And we're here to talk about an initiative that we've got underway, a very exciting initiative. Some of you may have heard of it, to reframe human services, to bring new meaning and new understanding to the field of human services. Why? Because research indicates that people really don't understand what human services are about. They confuse it with human resources. They confuse it with a lot of different things. But while we've got a great story to tell, we're maybe not using science to tell the story well. And this work, this reframing, which we've been doing with a great institute called the Frameworks Institute, great experts in this field, will really help get human needs on the radar screen. Why is that important? So they're discussed in the public square, so that donors, government, people who need services will really understand that what we do is a positive thing, not a negative thing. So there are a variety of things that we've already learned, and we've got some work underway to learn more. Among the things that we've learned is that people resonate more when we focus on solutions, not on problems. And that some of our fallback positions that we think are kind of sacred really aren't understood or aren't valued. For example, the term safety net is one that we in human services think is like really a heart grabber and so forth. Turns out, not so much. People tend to view it as, or some people tend to view it as sort of a safety net for people who really aren't pulling their own weight, when we know that's not the case. We've learned some other things. One, the popular wisdom is when people misunderstand and think negative things, that we should dispel the myths. Research on framing indicates just the opposite, that when you dispel a myth, it reinforces the myth. And so it's really something we all do, right? But it's it's not as good an alternative to presenting a positive story. And then another of the learnings is about talking about individual successes. That tends to reinforce something that the framing experts call exceptionalism, individualism. The notion that this particular individual had some gumption and had some strength of character that allowed them to succeed. When in human services, we're talking about large groups of people, whole classes and societies, who experience various life challenges. So the challenge and the opportunity is to go from saying what we think to what research tells us. And that's what this journey in reframing is about. There are already some themes that have come out. We expect in the next few months to come up with actually a new frame, a new messaging memo for human service professionals and providers. But there's some themes that we know are already there that we can begin to use, in addition to those practices I talked about. One is fairness between places. That is something that Americans value. Another is pragmatism. The American people think that we can solve problems, that we can come up with solutions. A third is social connections matter, that connecting with people is something that's really vital and important. I'm not going to give you all of what we've found so far because we want to talk with you more at your conference. But this is a great opportunity to expand the learning, to begin to integrate and replicate what we're learning in your community, in your agency, and across your field. So we look forward to talking with you about this.